In this video we are going to talk about top 10 most sustainable cities in the world. Before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Year after year, the world's population grows and technological advancements force us to alter how we live, putting the sustainability of our planet in greater peril than ever. It's getting worse, from the release of dangerous pollutants to abnormal volumes of waste. Governments and municipal authorities around the world are feeling the strain from their own people, particularly Generation Z, who are well known for campaigning for environmental reform and urging nations to look at new methods to become more sustainable and address this global issue. We examine the world's greenest cities and the initiatives they have implemented to improve the environment for locals, visitors, and wildlife with the aid of Maple Wave, whose software has contributed to the revolutionization of digital contracts. Number 10. Reykjavik, Iceland. Living or traveling in Iceland offers a tranquil environment. Apart from its breathtaking scenery and hot springs, the country has a lot to offer. Reykjavik, the nation's capital, is ranked as the 10th most environmentally friendly city, but how did that happen? Because there are only 126,100 people living there, frequent adaptive modifications may be made, which is one of the key reasons that contributes to a greener environment. By encouraging both walking and cycling as well as the usage of public transportation, Reykjavik hopes to have completely stopped producing greenhouse gas emissions by the year 2040. The city wants to keep introducing hydrogen buses, but just 4% of people utilize them, which is why there is a push for public transportation. The city intends to triple this by 2030 in order to guarantee this. Additionally, the city has spent millions on the construction of bike lanes and is enticing its 9,000 public employees to drive electric cars by providing free parking and reduced taxes. Number 9. Vancouver, Canada. Due to its proximity to the beach, forests, and mountains, Vancouver is regarded as one of the best cities in the world to visit and reside in. When imagining the perfect eco-friendly city, what more could you possibly want? Vancouver, which ranks 9th on a list of the greenest cities, has acknowledged that its environmental impact right now is 3 times greater than what the planet can support. The alluring city began the Greenest City project, which has established attainable goals that can be completed soon. Vancouver has the lowest greenhouse gas emissions of any large city in North America, demonstrating the efforts made by the local government to minimize any potential negative effects the city might have on the environment. There is a ton of evidence that Vancouver is moving in the right direction to build a city that is more sustainable for its citizens. For instance, locals have discovered a 23% increase in green occupations and a 26% increase in local food jobs since 2013. Furthermore, whether through the use of digital contracts or the implementation of a cycle-to-work program, a further 23% of Canada's clean tech enterprises are situated in the nation's capital. Number 8. Helsinki, Finland. Helsinki is the ideal destination if you wish to visit a place that places a high value on sustainability for the environment and the world. The capital is situated on a peninsula on the Gulf of Finland, with a mixture of metropolitan areas and serene reservoirs. Helsinki's economy is largely fueled by tourism, which has increased the availability of environmentally friendly lodging. In fact, over 75% of the hotel rooms in the city have received certification for being environmentally friendly, and even those that haven't fully embraced the cause have some kind of environmental plan in place that addresses everything from waste management to energy use to food and water use. Viikki is a green neighborhood within the city on top of all of this. With a focus on sustainability, the 23-hectare residential neighborhood has installed solar and wind energy systems as part of an experimental initiative. So much so that it is home to Finland's first apartment complex to utilize solar power. Number 7. Cape Town, South Africa. In terms of environmental performance, Cape Town in particular has been doing quite well, moving up to position 7 on this list. Cape Town started using wind farms for energy back in 2008 because they are constantly looking for new and innovative technologies to make their city more sustainable. As a result, the city has now established a goal of obtaining 10% of its energy from renewable sources by 2020, which is becoming more feasible with the development of technology. The city is also attempting to promote an idealistic outdoor lifestyle. The city has invested in safe bicycle routes to promote this, and its My City Rapid service offers free bike transportation on buses to help people get around without a car. In addition, many people have started using solar panels and growing their own veggies. Number 6. San Francisco, California. San Francisco is the 6th most environmentally friendly city in the world, which may come as a surprise considering the city has a population of about 860,000. But modern approaches have made it possible for the inhabitants of this famous location to live more sustainably, retaining its reputation as a picture-perfect environment. There are numerous areas where local authorities will concentrate their efforts to make sure this Californian city stays in the top 10. For instance, San Francisco, which has extensive understanding of waste management, diverts 80% of its waste from landfills at the moment and intends to reach 100% by 2020. In addition, the authorities are promoting prohibitions on specific products that are harming the environment. Even laws banning plastic water bottles and bags have been pushed through as a result of this. For better environmental outcomes, this is unquestionably a step in the right way. Number 5. Portland, Oregon. According to statistics, there are approximately 647,000 people living in Oregon, and this number is steadily rising. To ensure it contributes to the improvement of the world and the way of life of those who live there, the city has undergone some astonishing changes. But how did it manage to do this? Unbelievably, 25% of city workers travel by bike, carpool, or public transportation, which is greatly beneficial to the environment. The number of dangerous automobiles on the highways has decreased as a result. Additionally, the city's estimated 250 miles of bike routes provide as another evidence of how simple and secure commuting is in the area. It seems that 8% of the city's residents mostly utilize bicycles for transportation. Portland generates 2,434,840 tons of waste in the city, and 1,235,924 tons of it are recovered. These are incredible numbers for a large city. In addition to the aforementioned, the city uses 33% renewable energy compared to the national average of 13%, and, like San Francisco, it has prohibited plastic bags. Number 4. Berlin, Germany. How has Berlin, which has a population of over 3.47 million and is perhaps one of the most well-known cities in the world, come in at number 4 on our list? Many people think it's because of a more personal tale, according to some research. Residents developed a strong sense of self-reliance after World War I, cherished their green spaces more than ever before, and learned to cultivate their own food, a practice that has been carried down through the generations. In response to the increase in electric vehicles, Berlin has set up more than 400 charging stations throughout the city and urged residents to consider switching their mode of transportation. In addition, locals are choosing to share vehicles with one another rather than purchasing own vehicles in an effort to save the environment. Number 3. Stockholm, Sweden. On our list, Stockholm comes in at number 3. This area, which has 14 islands and more than 50 bridges, has achieved its fair share of advancements to support its residents in leading more sustainable lifestyles. By introducing new rules that promote a greener society and receiving financial assistance from the European Union to become smarter, the big metropolis is working toward eliminating the usage of fossil fuels by the year 2040. In addition, biofuel, which is produced from sewage waste and used to power automobiles in the city, is rising in popularity. The 30,000-seat stadium in Stockholm also has the potential to recycle waste heat. Over 1,000 apartments might be warmed more effectively by recovered heat if sustainable heating techniques are used. Number 2. Amsterdam, Netherlands. You might be shocked that Amsterdam came in second place, though. The city was one of the first to specify sustainability initiatives, with the goal of seeing results by 2020, in order to become more sustainable and reverse the consequences of climate change. Since cycling is the primary mode of transportation in this city, you might associate it with that. However, when it comes to transportation, the authorities are working to cut down on emissions by introducing electric vehicles across the city, which have been accompanied by about 300 charging stations. Homes are aiming to become more environmentally friendly. A growing number of homeowners are starting to place solar panels on their roofs, produce their own food, or buy it from a local farmer's market, all of which contribute to the local economy.
Number 1. Copenhagen, Denmark. Copenhagen's top priorities are environmental incentives.
Copenhagen has risen to the top spot among the world's most environmentally friendly cities as a result of ongoing investments in green alternatives. Residents of the city enjoy a high standard of living, and the city has a lofty ambition to further increase its environmental friendliness.
By 2025, the capital will also be the first CO2-neutral city.
Only 29% of households own a car, and the city has added more cycle lanes because more people prefer cycling to driving to get around.
Since most hotels in the city now give visitors bicycles, cycling has become even more well-liked. Copenhagen is now thought to have surpassed Amsterdam as the world's most bicycle-friendly city.
A growing trend in the city is organic eating, with organic produce accounting for 24% of all food purchases there. In addition, 88% of the food served in public establishments is actually organic. There is no reason not to visit Copenhagen because it is constantly introducing new initiatives to promote an eco-friendly way of life.
What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.